So, my name's Owen Pallett, and I've been asked to speak about one of my favorite records, Illuminations by Buffy Sainte-Marie. You see it? The first time I listened to this record, I would have been 18 years old. I found it while record shopping. I had been told it was important to listen to Buffy Sainte-Marie by a textbook, and I picked up this record and enjoyed it. It's got 10 songs on it, maybe 11. I can't remember the exact track listing, and this isn't the real record. But the important songs on it are, first off is God Is Alive, Magic Is Afoot, which is a song based on a middle section of a novel by Leonard Cohen. It's this sort of passage where the insane character in Beautiful Losers is, you know, kind of engaging in his lovemaking sort of, you know, monologue. And it features immediately one of the first instances of kind of this crossover between electroacoustic music and folk music, where Peter Schickele, also known as P.D. Bach, actually I've been told that this might not be the case with this song, but was doing some tape experiments and some Buchla cut-ups of Buffy's voice, with Buffy as well, who is also, of course, a, you know, trained electroacoustic musician. The song is absolutely my favorite song of all time, and has like this incredible passion and intensity that really feels really important with everything that goes by. There's like a period when I think that I didn't really have a taste for 60s protest song. I kind of thought it was a dated form, but now more and more I'm feeling like there is that we kind of need music with the political backbone now, and we don't have it. Other songs are The Vampire, Mary, Stuff for the Little Children, Poppies. Guess Who I Saw in Paris is one song that's not very good. It's from a soundtrack, and it feels like they just kind of put it on there. And if anybody tells you it's their favorite song on the record, then don't trust them. The Vampire. Now, there's so many amazing songs on it. Well, she has evolved incredibly. She's always been an interdisciplinary artist. She's been in Sesame Street. She's been a songwriter for other people. She's made country records. She's made records that are closer to new wave. And Running for the Drum is very experimental, much more difficult than a lot of her record from the 60s. And in a way, I kind of always think of Running for the Drum as being like a really excellent example of like musicians once they pass age 60 and still are making albums, and ways that you can approach that, because there's so few musicians out there that you can really look at and say like, yes, Tom Jones, we're going to aim towards being Tom Jones, you know, but Buffy is one of those people. It's a really difficult thing to talk about, because oftentimes when I'm influenced by records, it's usually to go in the opposite direction of, you know, if I hear something, I want to argue against it, you know, like I don't typically hear a record and be like, I want to make something like that, you know. I hear a record and be like, I want to, you know, put out that fire, you know, or I want to go in a different direction. That's just the way my mind works. So I kind of try not to talk about my influences, because like I'm most influenced by music I dislike. I collect vinyl records just because I like the engagement, I like the experience of putting the physicality of putting on the vinyl record and turning it over. I have been in situations where I have been able to kind of like detect the audio differences between digital and vinyl, and I do with older records. You know, if you're going to buy a record that has not gone through any sort of digital conversion, then yeah, I would say that I prefer the sound vinyl. It does have this kind of magic to it. The top end is crisper. It just sounds wonderful. I'm sure that there's recordings that are being made to those same specifications today, but they're being made by musicians I'm not interested in. But back in the day, that was the only option. So yeah, I do collect a lot of old classical music, electroacoustic music, and folk music from the 60s on vinyl, and it sounds great. This is a record that I've chosen because I think more people need to listen to it. She's got so many amazing songs on all of her records, and has always had a very authoritative and righteous and compassionate tone, and is so effective at fusing politics with songwriting, and all of her performances that you can see on YouTube, whether she was in her early 20s or now in her 70s, they're all extremely moving. So I mean, to say this is my favorite would suggest that, you know, you don't need to check out everything that she does, and you should check out everything that she does.